Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming events in Hong Kong and try to sort out an angle to the race we might look back on later as having been important for finding the winner. Well, a big day's racing on Sunday in Hong Kong with the running of the Gold Cup, a big clash there between Romantic Warrior and Golden 60, and the Classic Cup, the second of the four-year-old series races. Now, while the Classic Cup is not one of the races that I'm going to delve into in this show, I did think I'd offer a little bit of a historical perspective on it that might help you out. When we look at the results here, these are the winners of the Classic Mile and the Classic Cup since the latter race was introduced in 2006. And as you can see, only 4 dual winners and plenty of shock results in the second leg, particularly the Classic Cup. And this table does offer some sort of pointer. Now, the Classic Mile winners have generally run well in the second leg, and even the Cup surprises mostly ran a pretty good race in defeat in the mile. For example, Mission Tycoon had run second in the Classic Mile, but still went out at 92-1 when he won the Classic Cup. And It Has to Be You was a respectable 5th in the first leg, but ignored at 125-1 when he won the Classic Cup. So while double winners have been relatively few, running well enough in the mile has mostly been required for the Cup winners who contested both races. So the first race that I'm going to take a proper look at for Sunday is race 2, and our winning factor here, the jockey change. Now, this is a 1650 metre class 3 on the dirt, and 6 of the 10 runners come from the same lead-up race on January 29, where the winner was Royal Bomb, and he will be in discussions again, as will the horse who led at a crazy pace there, True Legend, along with So We Joy and Yes We Can, who finished 3rd and 4th that day, while Leading Fortune was 7th, and just ahead of him was the former Uruguayan horse, Nordic Star, who has Zach Purton getting aboard on Sunday. And he's the horse that interests me most coming into this race, but let's take a look at that lead-up, because obviously a lot of the form analysis has to do with that event. Now, this is race 373 in dark blue, gate 7. Nordic Star is slow away at the gates. From the outside, So We Joy in pink and Leading Fortune in green are taken back early. Nearer the inside in light green, Royal Bomb, and Yes We Can is in the purplish colours, gate 1. So True Legend, he comes out humming for Sylvester de Souza, and straight to the front he sets a strong pace. But that is his general racing style. While several we're watching now are at the rear, and they get a long way out of the race, while Jamie Carr on Royal Bomb uses her inside gate well to be far enough from the pace so as not to be burned by it, but near enough to be able to get after the leaders as they start to falter. And she's notably well clear of the others we're watching. In the final 200 metres, of course, the leader fades, those from the back are running on, but Carr has been perfectly positioned throughout, and Royal Bomb wins comfortably. So True Legend is present again on Sunday, and I can see a similar strong pace, but there are 1 or 2 extras and changes to the map. This time True Legend has another nailed-on leader in Sky Supreme in the race, also looking for the front running, so a strong speed looks very likely. Even Can't Go Wong has been showing some speed in his races in Hong Kong so far. The change for Royal Bomb, apart from a weight rise, is the switch from gate 2 to gate 10, and I can't see him getting the same sort of position. Leading Fortune and So We Joy are both drawn better this time, but another critical change is Purton replacing Jerry Chow on Nordic Star. Now, he had shown some tactical speed in his first Hong Kong start on turf, then missed the jump as we saw in the video at his latest. I think we'll see him in that Royal Bomb type of trailing position on Sunday. So the tip in race 2 from me is Nordic Star. His winning factor, the jockey change. Now, as a 3-year-old in Uruguay, this horse was unbeaten in 3 starts, and last year we also saw him race well in the Middle East, including a 2nd in Dubai in the 2000 Guineas. To me, that makes him look well placed in the middle of class 3, and I think that Purton getting on at the horse's 3rd start in Hong Kong is a clear pointer that we're about to see the best of him. The other race I want to take a look at is race 7, the Hong Kong Gold Cup, and our winning factor here, acceleration. Now this is a fascinating event, but where we had 3 chances in the Stewards Cup last month, we have just the 2 here, Romantic Warrior and the horse who beat him in the Stewards Cup, Golden 60. Now surprises certainly do happen in racing, but it would be a very big surprise if any other runner here was the winner. And I'm sure that having made Romantic Warrior favourite to beat Golden 60 last time, I think the public market will again make him favourite to beat Golden 60 on Sunday at 2,000 metres, a distance at which he's had 4 starts for 4 wins. And let's take a look at his most recent win over the course and distance. Now, this is going back to International Day in December in light blue colours, gate 7. James McDonald has Romantic Warrior out first. Moneycatcher in gate 4, green and red, jumps well too, while Sunday rivals Ka-Ying Star in blue and yellow and Tourbillon Diamond in green and red are not as fast from the outside. The Japanese horse, Panther Lasser, wasn't well away but charges through the middle to take up his usual role as the leader and then sets a fast speed, and Ka-Ying Star has to chase that speed or be caught wide, while Moneycatcher takes a sit and Romantic Warrior steadies even further back from the crazy speed. Now this is a great ride from McDonald because he's pulled back from that forward position when the pace got crazy, and that leads to what I might call a minor optical illusion in the home stretch as Romantic Warrior comes out, claims those rivals as they tire quickly and shoots away to win easily. Now there was some acceleration in that, but certainly flattered by the fact that those leaders went so hard and stopped. And in fact, when you rank the final 400 metre sectionals from the day, Romantic Warrior's finishing sprint there was 38th best for the entire meeting, so well down the order. He in fact ran faster sectionals and ranked higher in defeat last time in the Stewards Cup. This is race 375. Our key protagonists here, Golden 60 in white and gold from gate 2. He begins well, but again Romantic Warrior in light blue first to jump, and then California Spangle moves through between them to lead in a very slow early pace. Now the pace ticks up sharply after the 800 metres as the leader tries to open up a gap, but see how comfortable Romantic Warrior and Golden 60 both are to stay with him as the pace increases. Neither is out of his comfort zone at all, and that was bad news for the leader. Turning for home, Karis Teton, he gets onto Romantic Warrior and rides him up a little bit early to try and get going and get away from Golden 60, but he just doesn't have the sprint. As soon as Vincent Ho goes for Golden 60, he quickens past him and puts the race away. Now there's no doubt that Romantic Warrior was as strong through the line as Golden 60 there, and that's one of the things, along with his record at the distance, which will give great encouragement to his supporters that the tables will be turned on Sunday. Now when we look at the map, the wide gate from the awkward 2,000 metre start might be a trick for Romantic Warrior if there was some real speed under him, or if he wasn't such a brilliant beginner from the gates as we saw in both those replays. And I think what we're going to see here is that Karis Teton will use that gate speed to be a leader initially with Ka-Ying Star and Moneycatcher, and then let those regular front runners go, as McDonald did in the Hong Kong Cup. And then he'll camp behind them, looking to be in front of Golden 60 in the run again. And once again, I think he'll be looking to get to the leaders in the straight fairly quickly and put some distance between himself and Golden 60 before that horse can get into his work and accelerate. And that's probably the key point of the race. Because what we've seen from Romantic Warrior is that he doesn't possess a brilliant finishing sprint, even when races have been slowly run. In his 4 wins at 2,000 metres, his finishing 400 metres has been virtually the same rank through most of them, between 34th and 38th on the day. He ranked higher last start in a slowly run mile, and there is some corollary to the speed which a horse finishes with and the distance. Longer distance races, it is hard to produce a bigger sectional. But that has never been a problem for Golden 60. In the 2 2,000 metre races he's won, He has run the first and ninth fastest 400 metres of the day on those occasions. So he does possess a much better finishing sprint. So for me, the tip in race 7 is Golden 60. His winning factor, acceleration. Now, there really isn't much between these two horses, these two great horses, and I wouldn't be surprised which way the result went. Perhaps Sha Tin will produce a tactical ride to give himself the advantage. But we see it all the time that acceleration wins horse races, and Golden 60 has got more of that. Well, that's it from the winning factor this week. Enjoy the big racing on Sunday. We'll see you next time.